A fashion era distinguishes a time period. If many 21st century fashion gurus were to time travel back into the 17th and 18th centuries in British colonies in America, many aspects of people's dress would surprise many of them. During the 1600s and 1700s, women's central article of clothing was either a long dress or gown. Dresses or gowns distinguished your class. Your typical working women's class dress was plain wool, linen, or heavy cotton. These fabrics held up through wear and tear due to physical labor. Aprons and clogs were a must. They had one outfit for every day and one for Sunday. This was the exact opposite for high-class women. They afforded fancier, flimsier fabrics that were in style like silk, satin, and velvet. Their shoes were even silk material. They often protected these shoes by wearing wooden patterns or open foot coverings for walking through filthy terrain. The overall appearance of the dresses or gowns had a close-fitting bodice with low open necklines, three-quarter poofy sleeves, small waistlines due to the whalebone stays or corsets that gave them pushed-up breasts. A shawl or fichu would be used to cover their breasts. Bottom of dresses varied in length from ankles to floor, and they maintained a full wide profile due to the excess amount of hoops. This provided them warmth during the winter. Now imagine hot summers. Their hair was long, curly, and either hanging up or down. Tall decorative hats and bonnets were used. Caps were also worn, but mostly indoors. Updos was a sign of maturity in a woman during this time. Men's fashion was everything as fancy and fussy as the women's. All classes used breeches, which were like today's pants, except that they were closer fitting, tatted, full, poofy, and ended at knees. Their stockings were the knee-highs of today, and they went under their breeches. Their main garment was their waistcoat, or doublet. It had sleeves and buttoned down the front with printed triple X's that were worn over the top of the breeches, much like a shirt and vest. The only difference that distinguished high-class fashion was their coats that were worn over their waistcoats that had short fronts and long backs, something like a blazer or suit jacket. They afforded satin or velvet waistcoats that had richly decorated embroideries of gold, silver, and precious stones, with lace collars and tightly curled wigs. Some fun facts of fashion during the colonial period were that: fact number 1. The Puritans in New England believed that too much decoration was foolish and wrong. In Massachusetts and some other colonies, so-called strimpery laws prohibited the wearings of such fineries as gold and silver thread, lace, and silk ribbons. Fact number 2. Boys' and girls' fashion was much like their parents'. In Jamestown, the colony, the boys wore long, loose gowns or bedgowns that fastened in the backs until they reached the age of 6 or 7. Then they were breeched. Fact number 3. Little girls of this period were believed to have worn stays or corsets ever since they were 3 months old. Parents believed it helped with posture. Fact number 4. What is recognized as a man's three-piece suit began to develop in the late 17th century.
Fact number 5. Very young children of both sexes wore dresses with both close-fitting bodices similar to women's.
The colonial fashion era, like many fashion eras today, influenced other interesting fashion statements in the future centuries.